Welcome back to our podcast. We are Soju Bros. I'm Peter.
I'm Ben.
I'm Nick.
Finally, our podcast is trending. Have you heard about that?
No?
Yeah, me too. I've never heard about that though. But we will one day. And finally, this is our 4th episode, and thankfully we get our first guest. Please welcome Allie.
Yay! Hello,
Welcome.
guys. Thank you.
Allie, please introduce briefly about you.
Okay. So, I'm a foreign living in Korea for almost 4 years, and I met Peter because we used to work together, same company for like what
6
6 months,
Yeah.
and we suffered together. So yeah. So that's why he invited me. So thank you for having me here.
Yeah, because our concept is about like talking about Korea, living in Korea, and experience about Korea. Like, could you tell me like what you feel about working in Korea? Not only like touring and look around, working in the workplace in Korea.
Okay. Well, I thought at the beginning I have many expectations. I would say illusions about working in Korea. But right now, after 2 years, 2 years, I think. 2 years working in a Korean company. Sometimes I think the Korean business is quite hard to adapt, especially when I came from a place where everybody much talking, and then okay, of course we respect our superiors, but here there are so many like rules about how you should like wear, not only wear, but it's like if you are going to a hueshik, if you go to a hueshik and then you have to wait all your superiors to drink, and then you cannot drink in front of them. It's just like like,
you turn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. So I felt like it was quite hard in the beginning. Right now I'm quite used to. But I felt somehow this type of culture kind of changed myself. It's like I used to be very extrovert, very communicative, and I even though it was my superior, I was respecting, but I always say my opinion. But after working in a Korean company, I felt like I just close myself and I don't talk. I would like to say something, but I would not say. Now I have to think about like 2 or 3 times because it can get wrong,
That sounds awful.
Yeah. So I had experience like every year we go to a business trip in Singapore.
Oh.
And the business trip in Singapore, it's like entrepreneurship environment. Everybody's very like communicative and talking. And I went like last year, and after I went there, in one day I felt like, oh my God, I changed a lot because of Korea. Because I was just seeing the environment and I was like, this was me before Korea, and now I'm like this. And so that was like, no, I should not change.
Right.
So I felt like this, and right now I'm like, okay, I will respect. I will be, of course, being the environment. I'm living in Korea, so I should
Adapt.
Yeah, that's the word, adapt. But I should not change myself just because of so that's my point nowadays. Like what I'm trying to be yourself, not because the environment, don't change because of the environment, because I felt different when I went to Singapore. I was like, no. I found myself, when I went there, I was like, okay, this is my life. Why Korea changing?
So you mean all your like Korean co-workers, they all were different in Singapore as well?
Depends. It depends. Like I was the only foreign again going to Singapore, and when I go to the kind of business trip with Korean people, they act me like you are the guide. You are the guide, and then you know everybody, and they just talk and guide us. So I just felt like, okay, this is I don't know, this is Peter, and then Peter, this is blah blah blah, and then nice to meet you, and then nobody talks. I'm like, okay, and then I have to do this kind of stuff. So they act me like this. So they are being Koreans, and if there's like foreigners and Koreans, they keep talking with Koreans and in Korean, and they don't talk with anybody else. So I have to be like this person, you know.
She's a linker. You act as a linker.
So even though they are there, there's still this Korean culture environment very strong. And they talk only between Koreans. So
That's interesting.
And in my company, they act like me. Just guide us. You are the foreign here.
I feel sorry for her because like we had lots of meetings with I had a lot of meetings with her, and I just act the same way, just normal Koreans. Like when she just started meeting, I just stay there. I just like a rock. I speak nothing. I just like let her speak, and then she introduced me, and then I speak like a little. Hi, glad to see you.
Nice to meet
you. I'm Peter, and that's it.
Because they are not good at speaking in English.
Not only good at
No
speaking English, because
confidence?
like based on my memories, like there's lots of interns who are really fluent, and also same one of my friend. He's still working there, and he's also very fluent, right?
Yeah.
But they're very, I don't know, shy to speak out.
I mean, I think it's like during the meetings, I think the problem is because when we are having the meetings, we have the meetings with Korean companies and then global companies.
Right.
And then you have to act like, because there's a Korean client there.
Yeah.
So you have to be like,
Polite.
Yeah.
안녕하세요.
So you need like two face. Like you have to act both in Korean polite way and also like natural like European or Western way. Like it was, for me, it was very tough to me.
So interesting.
For me, there's one. Sometimes I was like, it's very tiring and boring to work for Korean clients because it's like we know the kind of work that we do, and we like talk with many people, and then when we got a very good chance for the Korean company to make a partnership or to got a buyer or got a client, and then we go to the first meeting, and then the first meeting is the first impression, it's like you're gonna show up your technology, your product, and then you have to be like flexible because you want that client, you want that buyer, and then they keep acting like you want our technology, so offer us something. And they do anything. I am like suffering. No, don't make my work like this.
They're so straightforward to the point.
Yeah.
Like mostly like a first meeting we can like just like say hi and maybe show your technology, introductions
and what we can do together. This is the first talking during
it's a building, but in most Korean companies they just want to start right after it.
Yeah, and I remember I talked with a foreign company. It was that's last week, and I told, because the type of service that they do is quite similar with the company, and then I mentioned, I was like, most of our we do have foreign clients, but most of our clients are Korean clients, and they say like, well, I try many times to have a Korean client, but sometimes when I'm doing what I can do, I'm showing my business model, they just look at me and they say like, why don't you buy my product and do whatever you want with them? So they were like, that's mostly how we do. So my job is like intermediate the whole situation and be like, no, he didn't say that. He didn't say, So it was, sometimes it's kind of, I would say disappointing. Because you do your best to find the opportunity. When you got the opportunity and then the Korean company just go there because of the business way, and we suffer a lot on this.
Yeah, we suffer
sometimes
a lot,
we finish the meeting and it was like,
Yeah, we were very ignored. Like,
Yeah. And
what
I
are
was
they
like,
doing?
This was
Like
a
that.
disaster. Like, we look at each other and just, okay, just move on.
Right.
It's a good
So-
bonding experience.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I personally think
Mm.
it's because like Koreans, as Korean, I can say it's not so racial. I'm still Korean. What I believe is they are very shy to be canceled. That's the like part because when you, Ben will know when we were in the same classes before high school, and when teacher asks something
Mm.
and students like this silence because they're really shy to speak out even though I know something like I know the answer
Mm.
but it's tough to speak out because if I speak out and if it's right yeah fine
Then
but
everybody will like,
but like I'm so shy
Mm.
to like everybody maybe some people would think that maybe I'm very flattering about me like showing up like
Mm.
I know this answer type of thing maybe so
Wow.
kids are very shy for that and also if I get wrong that's still hilarious
It's
but
a lose-lose.
yeah so lose games that's why the kids are very quiet they don't speak a lot and teachers just asking nobody answers and teacher picks somebody to answer like
Oh.
for example like okay nobody knows Ben you don't know and
don't
even
know.
though Ben knows Ben's like right
Acting like
Yeah,
they
exactly.
don't.
Low confidence.
yeah it's kind of low confidence
So I
thing.
think Korean people don't like someone who wanna like try to stand out or
Mm.
like act overly confident.
yeah
So
Yeah.
like some students from other countries visit
Yeah.
Korea and then when they adapt to become a Korean student,
Mm.
they have difficulty adapting here.
Yeah, maybe people feels like a little bit arrogant to speak, even though you know answers. When you,
Then Korean people might not like me.
yeah,
They just let me like all the time. I don't understand.
yeah. So, yeah,
Maybe that's why Koreans are so wild when they party. Because when you go to like bars, restaurants,
Mm.
like even some cafes,
Yeah.
that's the total opposite of how Koreans act.
Yeah.
right.
Like they're super loud and wild. That's so weird.
Because there's soju.
Yeah.
No, even in cafe, they don't drink soju.
But they're loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're loud.
Yeah, they're loud.
Almost same sound loudity of Chinese people. Like
Yeah.
Asians loud
Because
yeah.
they're communicating with each other. So
That's why.
not with strangers.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah. You're right. And the Koreans, what I think they're so shy about being canceled, and very like as you know, like in the business places also the hierarchy is very strict. Like still, it's a little bit going flexible nowadays,
Yeah.
but like over 20 years ago, it was very strict, and still those people are still elders are still working in the workplace, and they they want the whole team as a like strict hierarchy, and also like every man finish the military service. Most of the men finish the military service, and also military service is very strong hierarchy. I think that's in our culture. I think
Yeah.
so. That's why I feels like so stuck. Like we need to be a little bit more flexible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You were in the company, so I felt that our company, our boss, he tried to make like European style, but he is very Korean. So he tried to make this culture like, oh, you can give your opinion, you can participate, but in the end, when the decisions comes on when he have to decide what to do, and is always in the Korean way. So that he tried. He was like, I'm very European because I know I study in UK, so I know Europeans very well. He do like that,
Yeah.
And you remember, right? And then
I mean,
he asked my
he's
opinion.
too old. He should retire. Like just let him know. Just don't let this podcast things to him.
Of
But
course.
to be honest, he should retire. He's so old. He's so old to do this thing. Yeah. Just
Sometimes,
stop.
yeah.
Is
Sometimes
it Konde?
Very. Very.
But how about you? Like, have you work in Korea? Do you have experience something like this?
No, I haven't experienced that at all yet. I've only seen the outside life of Koreans.
Outside life.
Yeah. So yeah, haven't really experienced much of the people were oppressing themselves or suppressing themselves
Mm.
because people are always trying to talk to me everywhere I go. Well, not everywhere I go, but a lot of the time. And yeah, like I say, they're super loud when like, you know, if you go to a nightclub, they're dancing on tables and talking to each other and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the dark side of the Korean life. It's
Yeah.
like
You know what?
That's the
Because-
happy side.
Yeah, because Nick is like he looks good. He's white. He looks like a good looking European guy. That's why. I'm not a racist, but like many Koreans are a bit of a racist. I feel.
You think so? So I have a friend who came to Korea for like 6 months. He's from Netherlands, and he's that kind of white, tall, and then he has like blonde hair, very very big blonde hair.
Typical good looking
And blue eyes.
Yeah,
And blue
yeah,
eyes.
typical
exactly.
good looking white guy for
Scandinavian.
Asian girls. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember we went like bowling together, and everybody was actually talking to him and then asking him like, "Oh, your hair is so amazing," and he was like, "I love Korea." And I was like,
I love.
even the guy on the guy was in the accounting the
Account.
bowling was
Yeah.
actually asking things to him. I was like, "Oh, I love your hair and you are so tall," and blah blah blah, and I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. I mean, like nowadays,
Nobody talked to me, no.
I didn't see nowadays, but like a couple of years ago, when you take a train, like, take a subway, and you can see just like that, those like tall, blue eyes, white guy or white girl is in the subway, and then maybe like 70s or 80s grandpas, grandmas just like staring like them, like just staring at them. maybe they're looking a zoo. They're just like looking apes.
Never saw it.
Yeah, I was like, just stop that, please. they're
You
they're
know,
just talking like
when
that.
someone look at me like this on the subway, especially like coming from Harmony or Harabuji,
Yeah.
I'm like,
grandpa and grandma.
do I have something in my head? Why they're looking at me like that?
Right. Yeah, but nowadays like many foreigners in here, so they don't really do that. But like 10 years or 20.
But
like
I
10
think
years
in
ago.
countryside,
They still
it's,
be.
yeah, same. Maybe it
Yeah.
will be.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to say that. There's one place that I felt like, oh my god, I'm a princess because people
Where?
treat me so well.
Where?
Busan.
Busan.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yes.
But-
go there.
Ah.
Go there.
Go there.
You wanna be the king?
He's still king in
Ah,
here.
he's the king.
It's like I was just walking. I was like with a friend, like traveling and to Busan, and then we were walking the street. Oh, this is all like nice, this place. And then people just stop us and say, "You guys are so beautiful. Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
Oh,
yeah, this
really?
is Busan. Yeah, and it was not only Harabuji and Harmony. It was like everybody.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, even we
Yeah.
were like, we went to the beach and then we were sitting there and drinking and hiding our soju bottle for the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
so in Busan you
Yeah,
cannot
yeah.
drink on the beach. And then some people, like young people, would just come to us, and then it was like, very nice, you guys, we are drinking too, and then we were like playing around, and it was like, okay, people are so nice in Busan, I'm gonna live here.
Over half of the people you look in Busan are not living in Busan. Just like you, just go for a trip, and they, as you know, like in the workplace, they're like in the school, or they're calm, and just like Nick said, when we were not in the workplace or school, we lose our minds, right? In the bars,
Yeah.
in restaurants, yeah, just like that. But like, yeah, I see a lot of people do hunting in there. I also
Hunting
been, yeah,
Busan.
I also been
Ooh.
to Busan. I will drink with my friends,
Mm.
like, you know, the like K-pop looking, cool looking, like a little bit more estrogen than testosterone looking guys are like hooking up the girls. I was like, oh, fuck, what's going on here? Ah.
Gosh.
But like the staring thing makes sense for older people. Because
Yeah,
people still do that.
still do
As you
that.
say, like they still do that now. But especially for older people, because only when I was here 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
there's significantly more foreigners living here.
Yeah,
Mm.
Like only in 2 years.
yeah.
So if you're
Right.
like 60 and you're used to 10, 15 years ago when like you'd never see any.
Yeah, yeah.
So it makes sense that they're like
Yeah, they look
look at
like
us like zoo animals.
yeah, like what is that?
It depends where you go as well. Like I walk around Gangnam, I don't really get stared at, but where I live in Yeongdeunpo,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen like 5 other foreigners, like regularly.
Yeah,
So just about every person I walk past,
yeah.
and then when I look at them, they go. But some people don't care. I've had a couple of people who don't care. Like I'll be looking straight ahead. I'll realize they're staring at me, and expecting them to look away, and they'll just. And I'll look away like 3 or 4 times.
Just like NPC, right?
Yeah.
It's like Truman Show.
Just like Truman Show is
Yeah.
crazy.
They're usually friendly though. If I smile at them, they'll have like a big smile on their face.
Oh,
Say
yeah.
hello.
Say hello. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Maybe that's the only thing they can say hello. Yeah.
Yeah, I get the impression some people, like a little kid who lives in my building,
Mhm.
said hello to me today. It was kind of funny. She was on the phone to her mum, and she looked at me and she went, hello.
That's
Like
cute.
attraction.
yeah.
It's adorable.
Yeah, that's adorable.
I remember one day I just stopped someone on the street and I asked in Korean some information,
Mhm.
and the person looked at me and said, "No English," and I'm like, "But I'm speaking Korean." So I was like, "Okay,
Super overthinking.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what I mean. It's so hard to find people to practice Korean on.
yeah."
Especially like like this happened heaps of times, but like ordering a coffee or something
Mhm.
like this was in Gangnam, so everybody that works there kind of knows English.
Yeah.
But like I fucked up like one word in the sentence. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And he just immediately switched to English, and I was like, oh, fuck's sake. Give me a
I
chance.
hate those.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
But this is really interesting because when I was in like 6 or 7, I was learning English in the academy, and one time at the time, like you said, like it was like 20 years ago. There's not many foreigners in here.
mm.
So when I went to a bakery near my home, and there's like a very like Kentucky Fried Chicken, like old white guy, like grandpa, is like buying some muffins,
Mm.
and like I still remember the whole episode. Like my mom was so happy at the time, and then because like as point of view of my mom, she's spending like big amount of money for English to me, so she's like, it's a good time to check my son's speaking level maybe or something. So like
God.
she told me like, Peter, go tell anything to him. Say anything to him
Yeah.
in English. Now, go. And I appeared to him, and then hi. And then he said, oh, hi. And then the chat ends, right? Nothing to say more. And then I was like, he's buying a muffin, right? I like muffin. and then
Nothing to say.
yeah, and then,
Let's engage.
and then he was like, oh yeah, oh, and then I didn't remember because at the time my English level is so low. I don't understand anything of him. So that's the only thing episode. Yeah,
You probably would have made his day though.
maybe.
Yeah.
Just like
I met this cute kid. He told me he liked muffins. And then walked away.
just like a small adorable kid in near your home, right?
Yeah.
Hi, and then that's it. Yeah.
I think it's a common thing, like parents or grandparents ask their kids to speak in English in their daily life.
Yeah.
And they would be so satisfied with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
With anything that you say. It's
Yeah,
like,
anything.
But not only this episode, like
Oh.
over like 2 weeks ago, I have my aunt is living in Canada, and she visited Korea, and she leave Korea last week, and then I kind of tell about our podcast thing because she's living in Canada and my cousin is living in Canada also, and I mentioned about my podcast. We're recording podcasts for fun with my friends, and one of my friends in high school, one of my friend who's born and raised in Australia, blah blah blah. And my grandpa was like listening. He's very quiet and just listening about it. And then all of a sudden he told me, Peter, could you make a coffee for me? And I make a coffee for him. And then I gave it to him. And then he asked me like, speak something with English. with your aunt. Your aunt lived Canada for 20 years.
Yeah.
You're living in Korea. So both of you speak. And then I was like, now? With what context? Like now? No, no, no.
I don't understand when people say that. You know, I
Yeah.
visit my family in Brazil a few months ago.
Yeah.
And then when I arrived there, everybody was like, "Oh, she can't speak Korean." She can speak. And then someone that I never talk about, like my father's friends, or I know, I even know them.
Uh,
And I was like, "Can you speak Korean?" I was like, a bit." And then I was like, "Say something." And I was like, "What should I say in Korean? You're gonna know. You're not gonna understand, you know. So what is the point?" And I'm like, "Why?" people
literally
are like-
zoo experience.
Yeah.
Like a
So I
circus.
was like, when someone was like, "Speak something," I'm like, I might be like some arrogant, but I'm like, what should I say?
right,
What
right.
should I say?
So random.
Yeah, random. I just want to hear you speaking Korean. Oh, really? Let me show you a K-drama.
Yeah.
At the similar situation, some foreigners say like, so what is Korean sentence? I'm pretty, and you can answer like 나는 바보입니다. Like
yeah, just like that. Yeah. It means I'm silly in Korean. Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
yeah, and what? yeah,
And what?
I mean, yeah, it happens.
yeah.
Yeah. So many Koreans, like, they not young at our age, but maybe over 40 or 50, they still believe like speaking English is like cool shit. Like it's like top high tech, like cool shit something.
Really?
That's why like I told my grandpa, like, speak English, anything, right now, just like that. So that's why maybe like Nick mentioned when he visited to Gangnam and he didn't get any chance to speak Korean.
Yeah.
It's super normal in here, like, because also in Koreans, it's finally I got a good chance to speak with foreigners with my English skills, just like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
This was something that we were talking before the podcast started. It was like, can you speak Korean? I was like, I can understand Korean, but my speaking skills not that good because I don't have any chance to practice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Every Korean that I know is like they want to try to speak English with me. I want to like practice my English skills with you. I'm like, speak Korean.
Oh damn! I feel sorry for both of them.
Thank you. You're Korean here. You should speak Korean with us.
I guess so.
But I don't want my foreign friends speaking in Korean in daily life because I want to practice English. skill.
See,
Yeah.
see, like,
Yeah.
Ben, we are not friends.
Sorry.
nigga will say, "Aish."
That's amazing Korean expression. You know what Aishi is?
Of course I know.
Ah,
Sometimes in the office, I was like, shh.
Yeah, you did a
Remember?
lot.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. All the time when
Okay, I have
Yeah.
that story.
What?
Remember? It was like, it was with you.
yeah.
Remember that I was like, 제발. And then you start to laugh like, like look at me and then our superior starts to laugh as well because he was like, you said 제발, right? It was 제발 because he was thinking that it was, you know,
yeah,
the word.
The bad word.
Yeah, right, yeah. I remember
Because
that.
everybody wanted to say like
Because he's Aish, 제발. It was so loud in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
quiet office. I was like,
yeah, he was just like slow.
yeah. I was a bit shocked because the boss doors open. So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah. He
I
could
thought it
li-
was a bad word. So like, you sure? Like, maybe she quit this job then.
And in Korean, right? Yeah.
yeah. Like, 제발. Like
Yeah. It was good old days, but I don't want to go back to the office. Yeah. It was good.
there are sometimes very funny stories and sometimes happen, but it's like sometimes quite boring. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's quite hard because it's like everybody's old, so you cannot innovate in anything in the
I have
office.
to be very careful.
yeah.
Even any speaking, any words, like any behavior, everything, any behaviors, how I wear, like how I say, how I look also. Like,
Fuck, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
The other thing is like, in a Huishik, mostly you start to drink after the boss starts to drink. So as a woman, this is for me. Like men, I don't know if they have this kind of worries, but as a woman, it's like, of course I can drink. I can drink when I'm in my friends, but I cannot freely drink when my boss is in front of me. So I just should be act like a lady, you know. It's like, I just drink a little bit, and then
She's a great drinker too.
and then he was shocked the first time that we drink together. He was
Yeah.
like, "You can drink like that."
It was so shocking. You pretend very well, like oh, boss, I cannot drink anything. Oh, like I do marathon
No.
thing, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I drink like just one cup, like in this just normal. And when everybody drinks, I drink. I don't drink by myself, like this kind of stuff, because like I'm a woman, so I'm afraid they think like she's a foreign, you know, this kind of feeling, you know.
yeah.
So I was kind of careful about this. I was like, you have to act like pretend, and it's quite
Robot.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So even out drinking, everybody's really quiet and reserved.
But it's based on like moods, I think.
Mm.
Like what I remember is after I finished my internship and I visit Huishik one time. Do you remember in Chuncheon? Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a new intern. I've never seen her. I've never met her. And then something is really interesting because when I was in internship and I had to go to Huishik, the mood is very calm and just drink a little bit of beer and that's it. But she's totally different person. She's very extrovert and she's like she loves drinking
She drinks a lot.
and the whole culture changes. I was a little bit, whoa, what is this?
Wow.
yeah, and even our boss, like woman boss, she was like, "Oh, I can drink so well because she's here," and then keep drinking. And I was like,
Yeah,
"Why everybody's so crazy now?"
it changes a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it feels good.
Mm.
Yeah.
But as I know, lots of 회식
Mhm.
disappeared, and then the frequency of 회식 is lower than before.
Yeah, it is.
It depends
really?
on the company, I would say.
Yeah.
But I think
I told you the boss is old. She should
it's
retire.
like old fashioned style.
Old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Don't worry, okay? Nick, stay here.
but I would say like
Don't get worried.
Yeah.
like for the people that I know that I was working in Korean companies nowadays, they always have a Heishik at least once in a month.
Oh, it's like
So it's still there.
Yeah, it's still
this
there.
culture didn't over.
For me, also, like I had internship at, like 2 places, including the workplace we met there. Other place is kind of big. It's not a super big enterprise, but like a big domestic big company in here, and they also do Heshik. I only did a 2-month program, and I did like 2 times of Heshik.
At least once. No.
At least once.
wow.
But still, the place I only had 2 times of internship, so I don't know exactly other places. But yeah, I heard like especially big enterprises nowadays, like it's so-called like MZ thing. Like they're young people, so that's why like they don't really like to go heshik.
Yeah.
Because think about it, you work in a workplace with the very uncomfortable mood the whole day. You get tired, right? You need to go rest to your home, and then you have to drink with the people in the office. It's still uncomfortable at least. So
But doesn't that make you like get to know each other better, so it's more comfortable at work?
it's like a case by case. It's a good way.
That's the goal.
That's the
actually.
goal,
Yeah,
actually.
but it depends.
It depends the
'Cause
members.
the same thing in
moods.
Australia. Every now and then people will go out together,
Mm.
and that was how you got to know each other, and so everyone would work better.
Yeah,
Oh,
but the
yeah.
point is, I don't know if it's in Australia is similar, but in my country, it's like me and my coworkers, we decided to go out together. So it's more like, okay, let's have a good time, and then there's just like relieve the stress.
Yes.
But then in Korea, the boss is the person who actually organizing the Huishik, at least in the company that we work. So
Yeah.
it's like the boss is gonna be there. So
Totally
it's like,
different mood.
so it's like you cannot be freely talking with things with your coworker because your boss is there, and then
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
in
that's the
Australia
hard-
we'd never do it with the boss.
Exactly.
same in Brazil.
Exactly.
It's the
Sometimes they would
same.
buy us like the beers, and then they'd leave.
Best boss then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know this style last until these days.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
It's still there. It's still
Yeah.
there. It's still there. But like it's changing. I think like even that place, the even the place you're working in is changing because of the new intern people and the people.
Yeah, but she left, so
Oh
it's
yeah,
gonna be back
yeah,
again.
yeah, I will be then. But like,
But the point is like now my boss know my secret. So all the time when we are doing
Ah.
Hueshik after show, I was like, let's bring Somek to Ali, and then I'm like, no, Somek, no. Because I like Somek. So.
he expect more from you. He
Mm.
want more from you.
So all the time I'm like, I feel sick.
God.
I have stomach ache.
But boss will know that also. Boss will know.
Mhm.
Yeah, boss will know.
I think with MZ and Gen Z appearing, like it could be sensitive to make 회식.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also a little bit shocked when for me, I'm really friendly with my father, and we usually drink sometimes after at the dinner time. And then he told me like, at my age, it's like when he's a teacher, by the way, and he work, especially in Korean teachers, they not only just a teacher but also do some other tasks in the school. And there's every workplace there's a task, and you have to like cut off like parts. This part, this person. This part, run by this person. And then he said like Gen Zs. He blamed the Gen Zs like Gen Zs doesn't do anything. They don't want to do anything. And one time like one Gen Z teacher who doesn't really want to work, most of them, but one teacher really do well. And my dad was like, he felt so good and thankful for him. So he want to buy a dinner. And I said like, no, don't do that. Please, Dad. It's not a good thing. And he said like, why? I'm buying him a dinner, and I bought also a drinks. I'm also superior to him, so I'm giving some tips to him, and also it's good for him. He said, and I said like, no, he don't like it. He just want to go back to his home and rest. That's it, like that. So it's like, I don't really think like 회식 is bad, because I also like 회식. I like drinking. As you know, we're Soju bros, but I don't. Most of the our age doesn't
They
really.
hate it,
Yeah, they
yeah.
hate it. They hate it. Yeah.
Because I think young Korean generation, like they have a distant culture against drinking. Like with like so, the culture has changed a lot, and then I think so it will reflect the working place like environment.
Right. Right. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, but as you know, I like 회식. Not that much, but like.
Yeah,
drinking
I
at
don't
least.
I don't mind as well, but sometimes like in the past few months, we had kind of 2 or 3 Hueshik at the same month.
One
so
month.
yeah.
Twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I was like, I want to go home and sleep, But like once in a month, I think it's fine.
Fine.
It's fine to hang out with everybody and just like don't be in that environment. And even though it's quite hard culture
Mm-hmm.
to like respect, and you have to like nunji everybody like
Yeah.
this. Be careful.
Nunchi, yeah.
But like 2 times, 3 times a month is quite tiring. It's
Yeah,
like
that's a
I
lot.
don't-
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
And they had to reschedule because of me, so I was like, because everybody, I don't know, like before it was quite hard to us to schedule, but nowadays it's like my boss is like, let's go Hueshik, and then everybody said yes, let's go, and I'm like, no,
Oh.
no.
So
Yeah, so everybody likes it.
who pays for it?
Of course, boss.
The boss.
Oh, really? Okay.
They pay for everything.
Yeah.
The
But-
only good thing is like you can eat like good food and then meat and then drink,
With
Okay.
his-
moderate
with free. Yeah.
for free. Yes.
For free.
I think I had a friend who worked for a Korean company, IT company in Bundang,
What Korean? Which company? ID.
IT.
IT. Yeah.
IT company.
Yeah, but he told me like a similar thing with her. Yeah.
Mm.
So I think the foreigners have difficulty adapting here, like because it's like there's own Korean style.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it has. Even Allie, like she worked like two or 3 years almost.
2 years.
Yeah, 3 years, but still having hard time to adapt with Heshik and like old boss.
Like nowadays, I feel that I'm used to it, but
Yeah.
it's still
Still
hard,
uncomfortable, right?
uncomfortable environment. Yeah, and like not only that, you guys don't know because you guys are men, but it's like I'm a woman and a foreign, so it's like everybody will look you different if you act like something. They will judge you, especially in a company.
Based
You know.
on Korean stereotypes.
Exactly. So it's like, be careful twice. You are foreign, one, and then you are a woman, so you have to act.
Oh, it's yellow card, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it Joseon Dynasty?
Kind of. So
Yeah.
that was the hard part in everything for me. It's like not only a foreign. Foreign is just one point. The
Yeah.
second point is like you are a woman. So
Yeah. And it's
how
like
should you act?
it's all about framing. Like
Yeah,
For
they'll
me-
think all Brazilian women are like that. However you act.
Yes, they usually, and I have a very different style of Brazilian woman, so I have to say. Actually, I don't know why they have this stereotype about Brazilian woman, but I'm like, we are just normal.
yeah, there's lots of stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like
What is the Brazilian woman's stereotype?
I don't know.
Say one.
Say one.
Sexy.
It's a lot. There's a lot.
Kind of, I think.
The only one I can think of is sexy.
What?
You know,
That's the only stereotype.
there's
Yeah.
samba.
Yeah, I know samba.
Yes.
Samba, yeah.
So
Sure.
the festival in Brazil we call Carnaval, and
Carnival, yeah.
yes, which is the samba festival. Is like mostly women use like some fantasy, and they are almost naked doing it.
Yeah.
Naked?
Naked.
You like it?
I said almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Is that you cannot see? You can see the body. You
Stop
can see the
dreaming.
shape.
Respect other culture.
I
okay?
know. Stop dreaming, man.
but you know, people see like, and then there's like this kind of a beautiful woman and with like beautiful
No.
bodies, and they are showing, and then they are like dancing, and then people was like, oh my god, see, all the Brazilian woman
Or like,
like,
just like
are
that.
like that, and we
Yeah.
are just normal because it's just a festival.
Yeah,
It just
festival.
happened once
Yeah.
in a year,
Yeah.
and
that's,
then we
that's the only thing people see, like even on the TV. It's like that and crime and soccer.
And
which is not
steaks.
that bad as well. Like, I mean, the crime, what they show like the bad crimes that you are
Yeah.
living there, and it's like, yeah, just be careful, of course.
Yeah.
There are some places that you should not go, and if you are going, it is like, okay, you are asking to someone do
Yeah,
something.
same as everywhere.
Yeah.
Same as
Yeah.
Korea. Like
Yeah.
we're still in the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, it's just, for example, I remember when I was like choosing a place to where to move out, I think I asked you
Yeah,
one
yeah.
opinion, and then you said like, don't go to the remember?
Yeah, I
You
told
don't
you.
go because there's like
Yeah.
I think we should. Yeah.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
could be important information though, if that's true.
Yeah.
We can
But yeah,
say
as
it can be true.
yeah,
it can true. Yeah, it is
it's
true.
unfiltered. So yeah, I want it. I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Just like you cannot go to
Yeah.
Like a bing bing.
yeah. You cannot, so you cannot go to dating because there's quite dangerous, and especially you are a woman. I was like, okay, so I will skip this place. So it's
yeah.
the same in Brazil. It's like, don't go to this place, because some dangerous people are there. So if you know that information, just go to somewhere else.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, same as everywhere, I think.
Exactly. But yeah, we have like problems like with drug stuff and traffic dealers and this, and same as US, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
just
in
like
Australia.
that. Australian kangaroo, koalas,
Crocodiles.
yeah, crocodiles.
I have one funny thing about when I was in Brazil and I was doing my planning to come to Korea, and I was like, I will try to meet some people because like I don't want to feel like alone when I go there. And I started to talk with some people and Koreans, and they had some stereotypes about Brazil. I think they just think about like there's Amazon there. so this person in specific, he starts to ask me like, how is your like your city? And then I show like some videos of my city, and I was like, oh, it looks like Seoul. And I was like, it's a city.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry for that.
You know what he asked me? You cannot see elephants on the street.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's racist.
And I'm
That's
like,
extreme ignorance.
and I was like,
Yeah.
I was just like, bro, I never saw an elephant in my life.
Do they even have elephants in Brazil? Like in the Amazon?
I don't think so.
It's
Like
probably
we have a lot
3.
of birds and you know like
Piranhas?
alligator.
Piranhas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
alligators.
Alligators, like you can see mentioned in Amazon, but like an elephant, it's like this is not Africa, bro. I think that we are different continent.
Whoa, calm down. Africa also have cities. Calm down.
But I mean elephants.
Yeah,
elephants is in
yeah,
Africa.
it is. Yeah.
Oh my god! So I was like, oh, interesting, interesting stereotype that we have.
Maybe 15 years ago in Korea, like the documentary, which title is the
The Tear of Amazon. It's so
was
famous.
so
That documentary in
Korea.
Korea. Yeah.
I think I remember though. It was like the guy went to Amazon and they stay some days there and they film.
Yeah, they
right?
filmed and
I
then,
think
like,
there's
the-
an also on Netflix nowadays.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. And they look around the two-piece like
Yeah.
the native peoples are doing.
Mm.
So what city do you live in?
So,
In Brazil.
I live in the north side and namely it's Natal.
Natal.
Yes. So
Oh.
a lot of beaches around and people
Oh.
surfing. This type of kind of Busan vibes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Like Busan or Jeju vibe.
Yeah. I was maybe close to Jeju vibes.
Jeju,
Yeah.
Mm.
Because there are some islands. Actually, there's I don't remember the number, but it might be 14 to 15 beaches in the same city.
Mhm.
Oh.
Because it's a kind of cross of the country.
Mm.
Wow.
Then maybe
corner.
more Jeju than Busan, I think.
Maybe.
Mm. Like
That's
good
my hometown.
sceneries. Yeah.
So he was quite shocked, and I was like, "Oh, this city looks like Seoul, you know, so many buildings." And I was like, "It's a normal city, bro." Oh gosh.
You can say, sorry, it's a joke. Yeah. Here's
Let me show
elephant. My elephant, yeah.
Let me show my.
In my home, there's two elephants.
We don't need any car. We can take it on.
My
elephant.
pet's a snake.
Snake. Snake.
If Nick told me that I experienced boxing with kangaroo, I believe that. I believe that.
Oh.
You know why Australians are strong, yeah?
Because they box with
In
kangaroos.
daily life, yeah.
I have slapped a kangaroo.
See? Everybody goes silent. Like, they try to believe it.
I'm like, I don't want a stereotype.
This is funny.
But sometimes I can confirm whether it is stereotype or not, like that.
Mm. But sometimes stereotypes reveals real. Sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
It's like it's a stereotype because it exists, but doesn't mean that everybody is the same.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
create some like stereotype for everybody looks the same, and I'm like, no.
It's just
No.
tendencies, I
Mm.
think. It's like,
Yeah.
but also stereotypes is based on experience. Like
Yeah.
experience is stacked it up.
Yeah.
It makes the stereotypes, but
Mm.
it's kind of a tendency. So
Mm.
That's the thing. That's like I was saying. If you act a certain way on the like work drinks, if you're the only Brazilian woman they've ever met, and that's the only thing they've got to go off.
Mm.
That's why I'm always worried. Like when we go out,
Mm.
like not that I go around getting in fights, but I'm really like I must not get in any sort of argument with anybody because I know Australians have a reputation for being violent and stuff.
Mm.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
See,
why.
like, yeah.
Good.
So that's why, like, maybe there's also stereotypes for Korean guys, like K-pop looking, like white looking, and like
Yeah,
like a very girlish style, the boxy hair. See, I'm totally not. I'm totally
Okay,
not.
I
Yeah.
have to say that. So Korean guys, there's a stereotype internationally that they are fuckboys.
That,
yeah.
but like Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah.
That makes sense though. Like the Korean guys, because of all of that, all the K-pop stuff, Korean guys are being like fetishized right now.
Yeah.
And, like heaps of girls are coming here. Like they put it all over social media. Like they're going there. They love BTS.
Yeah.
Then you see them dating like the tallest, most pale-skinned Korean guy,
Yeah.
and then they complain about them being fuckboys. It's like you came here to fuck them. Of course they are. Why would they not act like that?
Yeah. See, like if I see some of those kind of stereotypes, I feel it's like ignored because like you're not also a Hollywood movie superstar. Like those people are Hollywood superstars in here, and like we don't look and act like them. Like
Yeah.
it's very stereotypical thing.
First, the worst stereotype that they decide to come to Korea is like they watch K-dramas and then they said, okay,
culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the men's is gonna be like actors, but they are just acting.
That's why. Yeah, that's why they're actors.
Yeah.
Like you get picked because they're like 7 feet tall and whatever.
Exactly. So that's the worst thing. And then they come here. I'm gonna fall in love, and I'm gonna like get married with and then I'm gonna be a princess like in a K-drama, and then fuck boys.
Yeah.
But like the fashion is like similar with that ones, no?
Yeah.
The dress code. Or
I mean, the
fashion.
Yeah.
normal people, how we wear it.
I
how we
think-
put on, yeah.
Yeah. Depending on the.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the place that
Yeah.
you go, because like if you come to Honda, for example, and everybody's so stylish and then fashion, and then I don't know, you go to and everybody's in a store.
So,
By the way. It's just a small place, so yeah.
Sorry. It's on.
Bipsan.
It could be Busan, Gyeongsan, Ansan, whatever.
We don't know, we
Yeah, we don't know.
There's lots of san.
We have no
Buksan,
idea.
Bukhansan. Yeah.
It's just the first name that comes to my mind.
Yeah. Oh man.
No.
Just in case, just I'll let you know when the editing ends. Maybe end of the May or something. It's okay. Yeah.
Have you met many Brazilians since you've been here?
Yeah. Yes.
Really?
There's a community, Brazilian community here.
Where'd you find them?
Hmm?
How'd you find them?
Well, they are everywhere, I would say. No, basically, people are living here. They kind of make some group chat, and then there's a group chat, and then we just join, and then I could make some friends there.
Okay.
I don't like all the Brazilians. They're here because some of them are weirdo, I think. But yeah, I have. There's some community. They kind of help each other, and yeah, I think I would say mostly 80% of the people that I hang out mostly are Brazilians.
Really?
Yeah. Why you don't?
You wanna find the Australian communities,
No.
or you wanna hang out the Brazilian community?
I can
Or what?
introduce.
No stereotype. No stereotype.
Or what? Yeah.
I wanna check it out whether there is elephant or not.
Don't say that, please.
Yeah, no, the last thing I'd want to do was hang out with an Australian.
You don't want?
No,
Why?
because I went through the process to get a visa and sat in a plane for 12 hours to come here. Why would I want to hang out with someone from
That makes
Sydney?
sense.
Also, whenever I've travelled, every time I run into an Australian, they're like the worst Australian.
The weirdos.
They're like, these are the people that give me a bad reputation.
That happened
Gotcha.
to
You are the guy.
Brazilians.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
happens with Brazilians here as
Yeah.
well.
Really?
We
Also,
have
like-
some cases.
Yeah, like the negative, there's like a statistic. It's like if you have a negative experience, you're more likely to tell 7 out of 10 people. But if you have a positive experience, you're more likely to tell 2 out of 10 people.
Mm.
So yeah, like if I met someone that was Australian that was nice, I probably forgot. Like it might have happened, but I can't remember. It's just the bad ones are stuck in my head.
But thankfully, you were the first Brazilian I met, and you were the first Australian I met. So maybe
Yeah.
9.95 out of 10.
No stereotypes.
Yeah, no stereotypes, by the way.
So Ellie, what's your goal in Korea?
Goal?
My goal,
Yeah.
like life goal,
Like
like that.
or plan? Yeah.
Well, I came to Korea for like I had a startup before in my country, and I came for like expand my startup.
Oh wow.
Unfortunately, didn't work because I
Oh.
was studying and Korean studies was quite hard, so I have to make a choose. And my point is like here, mostly this focus on my career. I wanted to, yeah, I didn't figure out exactly because my plan was my startup, and now
It changed a lot.
it's changed a lot, and I'm working with a Korean company. But I felt that I had some opportunity to grow up more than in my country, like professionally, and I think I have something that Korea needs for because they are looking for foreigners and investors and entrepreneurship, and they want to invest more on this kind of stuff. And many of Korean companies wants to go to abroad, so I think I have this skill to help them. And I think it's like, okay, I can help Korea with what they want, and also is my goal as well because I feel satisfying when I'm like supporting another company or helping something and then they achieve something. I feel like, okay, I'm part of this result. So I like to feel this way. So I just want to keep focus on my career. I think Korea, it's my place for doing that.
So you're still doing the startup?
Well, my startup, no. But I have a plan probably in the next year. I'm still making a decision because I want to try again. I have some opportunities with some people that I could talk, and it was quite interesting for me to go back. But as I told you, I'm a woman and I'm a foreign, and it's like starting something new in a different country is different when you are in your country. So
Yeah,
that's
totally.
why I'm still deciding what should I do, what should move I should make, because the opportunity is quite good for making this move, but I'm quite insecure if it's safe for me right now. If I
Okay.
should establish more and then going through or just move.
Because do something
makes
outside of
sense.
your country, so like you need lots of things to do, like maybe networking also, but also like you should take care of your visa and also
Yes.
many
Yeah.
things you should take care. So
Like my network is quite strong nowadays. It's the third year that I'm focused on my own career right now, and I finished studies. But I think the main point is like starting something new. Is like I moved from my country, right? I came for Korea, and then everything changed. I have one plan, and I have to change for a plan D because it was not even in my list to doing that.
Well,
Yes. And then I did my plan D, and I spent the whole thing like suffering, and then I established, and now, okay, I'm stable, and then I'm going to go for another
Chaos.
unstable
makes
way.
sense.
So that's why I'm like, okay, I have to be wise in which kind of decision I should do or which kind of move I should make. So I'm still deciding, but part of me is like entrepreneurship and startup. It was like something that I always want to do, and that's why I'm like, but I think I will make the right decision when the right time. But my focus is my career. in
So
Korea.
it's very
Why-
wise.
Hmm?
It's very wise.
Why? So why did you make a decision to come to Korea for your internship or your career?
Okay, so this that's a long story, but I will tell you. So, since I was young, like teenager, I always like Asian culture. So mostly I was Japan, but I was living in a place in Brazil, which I also could have Korean friends because they have also a Korean community in Brazil. And I could have more like chance to get to know Korea. Of course, K-dramas and K-pop. I was a teenager, so I consume a lot of this. But after this, I was always curious. So I always read about Korea and then the history and then education. And I always like technologies and marketing, and I could see that Korea, there's this status about technology, and they were a raising country. What I think make me choose Korea, it's because Korea 6 years ago, after the war, they raise a country economy like very fast. And I was like, this is education. It's like, they focus on education. They focus on, and it was that sense of community to everybody work together to like grow, grow up together. So I love this. I always my point is like, if you want to grow up, you have to focus on education. That's when it starts everything. So I love this kind of mindset. So it was like, it was the first, and I was like 17 when I choose Korea because of that.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I was 17, I was saying to my mom, I was like, I'm gonna live in this country, and I was watching like Korean drama, and it was not even for the romantic scene. No, it was just like, oh, see this city. Look at this technology. Look at this. I'm going to live on this place, to my mother. And that time, my mother was like, you're just dreaming. You don't even know where is Korea. And then when I was like 22, 23, my startup was related to Korea.
Oh.
I was doing trading, K-pop products, and
I heard of it.
K-beauty to Brazil. So I was working with Korean people. So basically, I did everything connected with Korea. And when I started to actually go well, my mother said, like, oh my God, maybe she's going to Korea. Yeah. And then when I was 25, I changed and was like, no, I'm going there. I want to spend. And I started to work hard. But basically, was the main point. Is like I started to feel connected, and I started to feel like the mindset is like the place that I want to be. It's like I want to learn from these people that always put the education and the sense of community in first to grow up. And I think it's the same about a company. If you want to grow up a company, of course, focus on education and the plan, and then a sense of team.
Yeah.
Right? The community. That's the only way that a company can grow up. So that's why I came to Korea.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Because like building those plans and actually you're living in this place, what you build and dreamed of, like it's cool. It was cool. It's cool
Yeah,
because
that's pretty crazy.
17, I was like I was a can.
Yeah, I was quite.
What did we do at 17?
We just play soccer. And
play soccer.
and
So innocent.
Yeah, just play soccer
and store tomatoes.
Yeah, we sold
school's
tomatoes in our school farm. we were cans at the time.
But like when I was 17, I was already on the university, so I should
Yeah.
start to talk.
It's shocking. Shocking.
I entering the university when I was 16.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's
Genius.
crazy.
She's genius.
No.
Nah, I was.
What's your major?
My major is business.
Business.
Yeah, global business, and I.
Crazy.
Wow.
I was
So
astonished when I heard this.
yeah, so when I was 17, I was already looking to the future. What should I do? This kind of thing.
Yeah.
Everything was quite early in my life. Everything was so.
Yeah. It's just wow. It's wow.
Yeah.
Is university free in Brazil? Because I've heard it is in Mexico, I think.
Yes, we have free universities and also private universities. But the best university in the country is free.
Really?
Yes.
Because
That's
national
crazy.
one.
Because it's the
It's
national
one.
Yes,
Oh.
because the government
Wow.
invests a lot of money, and the resources is like amazing.
You told me
That's insane.
by Lula, right?
Lula.
The Lula. President Lula.
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 Actually, there's some projects before, of course, but he was the guy that actually started the free university. He's like, okay, let's do it, and he starts and he makes to every people in Brazil to make the chance to actually go to university, because before it was like private university, so only rich people could read, study.
That's crazy.
Mm.
That's a good president.
Right.
It was.
What you mean?
I mean, he's still a president now. He
Yeah.
was reelected. He's the actual president right
So
now, but
s-
he's not doing a good job nowadays.
Right.
But I think he's just old, you know.
So like you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself a villain
But
thing.
he made
Yeah.
very nice things for the country. He spent like 8 years as a president, and he gave a chance to many people to study, and it was the way that our education starts to grow up.
Lula is famous. I
Yeah.
also know Lula.
Mm.
Lula and Bolsonaro.
Yeah,
아 보소나루.
Bolsonaro. Yeah.
he's the worst president that we had. But okay.
Uh,
And how about you? It's like why you came to Korea?
Well, the first time I came here, I just came because I wanted something different.
Mm.
Like I've been to Japan and I loved it, and I'd seen a lot of like some Korean, not so much K-dramas, but like the variety shows and stuff while I was in Japan. And yeah, then I just kind of became obsessed with it, and I just thought I wanted to do something new, so I came here, and then I loved it, and someone told me about working holiday visas, and so yeah.
So you are on a holiday visa now?
Yeah.
Mm. And
Yes.
what you are doing right now here? It's like you're looking for a job or already working?
Yeah, I'm looking for a job. But yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do about other visas, but I don't know what my options are just yet. Yeah.
So basically, that's why I ask you for the visa agencies because of,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
he's that guy.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
What
yeah,
is
I know a lot of things about visa, so maybe if you have any question, you can ask me
I
later.
will.
Just searching on
what is thank you in your mother tongue?
my mother tongue. Obrigado.
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 Mucho obrigado.
Mucho.
Yeah.
Same as español. Mucho.
Mucho obrigado.
Yeah,
Muito.
which is mean thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Is that obrigado only thank you and thank you very much.
Ah,
It's muito obrigado.
muito obrigado.
Muito obrigado.
Bom is good. Muito
Bom.
bom. Very
Muito
good.
bom.
Yeah, muito bom.
Tá bom.
Tá bom.
Oh,
Tá bom.
yeah, it's not really that one. You know, he sometimes comes with some expressions that I never heard. Last time he would come, we were in the office and it was like chama, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he explained to me was like, okay, I know the expression, but I didn't know that how you know this word.
It's a Brazilian fighter.
Yeah.
Shama. The
Chama.
Pereira. Alex Pereira.
Oh yeah.
He always do shama like that. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So just I know some random Brazilian expressions, and she always like, how did you know that? How did you know that?
Because it's nobody knows this word. How do you know that? I know tá bom, muito obrigado. It's quite normal, but
And also
chama.
I remember maladinho.
Malhadinho.
Malhadinho.
What does
Yeah.
it mean? Malatinho?
Super jacked. Right? Super jacked in Brazilian.
Yeah.
Kind of slur.
Yeah, when someone is like very, strong for
Yeah.
gym, and then you usually say, "Oh, you are malhado," but then there's
Malhado.
like
Ah,
that
yeah.
small
Ginho.
word.
Abbreviation.
Ginho.
Yeah, then there's
Yeah.
like malhadinho, and it's quite.
Small and jacked, maybe.
Malatinho. You say obrigado.
They just said it was bad, you dick.
I would say the Ginho things is quite makes something cute, and so if someone call you malhadinho, maybe they are calling you like you're gay, Yeah, like don't use that. That's why when he called malhadinho, I was like, why you are using this expression?
You look malatinho.
Oh, this is hilarious.
That's the truth behind the
Oh,
Ginho.
Ginho. Oh,
Ginho.
I get it.
It's like if you are a woman using fofinho, malhadinho, that's okay, but it's a guy. I'm like, okay,
So
weird.
don't say those words to a straight guy, right?
Yes,
Right.
they probably, especially if you are a guy and you are saying to him, and they will be like, "Bro,
Oh.
I'm not gay."
Just
you-
like that way.
Mm.
yeah,
I get
they
it.
probably
Wow.
do that. Would be like,
Oh, right. Wow.
Peter is interested on Ginho.
No.
Maybe.
oh gosh.
So okay, we can wrap it up in here. Thank you for joining our podcast, and also just feel free to join. Like we're always open. Maybe
Yeah.
anytime if you want to join, like just tell us.
Yeah.
It's
Thanks for
very
being our
fair.
first guest.
Yeah.
Yay!
Thank you for Allie. And also, we are on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and also Spotify. So please press the subscribe button, and also please tune in. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.